What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Love at the Lockup, Season 6. I think this is episode 15, you guys. The episode was titled, let's see what this episode was titled before we get into it. It was a funny episode, I will say that much for sure. Caught on the Lie. Now, before I go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss this episode of Love at the Lockup, shall we? All right, you guys. So let's start up with the one couple that you guys know I prefer not to talk about, but since they on this show, we'll briefly talk about them. Bianca and Daniel. It ain't much to say with either one of these two. What I will say is, Daniel, get some help. Please get some help, sir. Your friends are enablers. Like, I was sitting there looking at that scene with him and his friends at the bar, and him drinking. I was like, Daniel, you're an addict. He won't say he's not an alcoholic. In your instance, sir, I think it's tomato. Now, what I will say is, I didn't, even though I'm not a Bianca fan, when him and Bianca got in their car and he called that girl a bitch, I said, well, damn, I don't even like Bianca, but Bianca didn't even deserve to be called a bitch like that, because she was looking out for you, Daniel. Again, your friends are the ones that are in the wrong in this particular situation. Like, the fuck? You should not have had a drink, Daniel. That is it. That is all. If you guys want to discuss Bianca and Daniel, you guys leave it right down there in the live of the premiere or in the comments section. Either way it go, leave it somewhere. I won't be talking about it. That's all we got for Bianca and Daniel. Let's move on to the next couple, you guys. Let's talk about Letitia and Keith, because there really wasn't much with Letitia and Keith in this episode. All I want for Letitia to do is girl them flyaways, like right over here. Your hair ain't blended correctly, because you can still see your little alfalfa peek out just a teensy bit. But okay, so Letitia and Keith, you guys know that Keith is out of the halfway house, so he's going to Letitia's house, and Letitia is like, you know, I think she has his Aunt Marcia watching her kids for the night, so that way her and Keith can do and do whatever they're gonna do, right? So we get back to the crib, and honestly, Letitia, at least he was honest with you, because you got mad for no reason. Like, you literally got mad for no reason. So Keith is telling Letitia that there's this person that he said was catfishing him, right? They text him, which I've been noticing those too, right? Where a few months ago, I noticed that I would get random text messages asking me, is this such and such? That, like, it'd be the weirdest text messages. Like, are you such and such with the, I'm just gonna say, with the chiropractic stuff or something? Like, they'll ask you the most random things, and I don't think that they be real people. I think it'd be bots. Because it was one that I was talking to, and I wasn't even really talking to it. They text me and they asked me they asked for such and such, and I said, wrong person. They want to try to spark up a conversation with me. Absolutely the fuck not. We're not gonna have a conversation. If I just told you got the wrong fucking number, please don't continue to text me. Then the one that said, that I told, oh, you got the wrong number, it kept texting me, and then it sent me a picture of itself. I said, I didn't ask you for a picture. And I stopped responding after that. Like, I really stopped responding after that, because I'm like, okay, this is getting a little weird. I don't know you. I don't know if you're a real person. So we're going to cease this conversation. Like, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to cease the conversation. So he said this person sent him a picture, and the person looks like Sofia Vergara. And I was like, yeah, I think you might have been catfished. But Letitia got upset about it, and she went off about it. I'm like, ma'am, again, at least he told you. He didn't lie to you. So what are you upset about? it ain't like he tried to meet up with the person or nothing like that. Cause this person had a quote unquote party that they were having. Now I will say though, Keith, I do have a little bit of side eye for you because in your interview when you were talking to producers, your phone was ringing and the producer asked you, is that Stephanie? And you didn't answer the question if that was Stephanie or not. So, things that make you go, huh. But we see as Letitia and Keith, I guess they did the do. Who cares? Moving on to the next couple. If there's anything else that you guys want to discuss when it comes to Letitia Keith, leave it in the comment section because, like I said, it really wasn't much with Letitia and Keith in this episode besides that whole stuff right there. So let's move on to, oh God, let's go to the next couple. Courtney and Will. When it comes to Courtney and Will, I'm irritated with both of them, and I honestly hope that we never see either one of them ever again because they're both annoying. Courtney more so than Will, but Will is right up there with Courtney, right? The problem, like I said last week, is Courtney lacks accountability. Courtney wants someone that's going to be a yes man or yes woman to her. Courtney wants people to not hold her accountable. Now, Courtney, ma'am, I don't think you got a good deal on this room. I think you got by this room and by Mark. Now, remember last week that Courtney was telling us that, Mark helped her find somewhere to stay, right? Well, she got a room. I was like, okay, cool. She was like, I'm paying $600 instead of $750. I said, huh? What? You paying? Okay, yeah, you saving a few $100, $150, because you said you pay $600 instead of $750. But either way it go, that's still dumb. You paying $600 for a fucking room? A room is $600 for a room. That's a lot of money for a month. Well, it's not really a lot of money for a month. Yeah, for a room, yes, it is. In my personal opinion, $600. How much is that person's mortgage? I mean, I know it's probably expensive, but or rent, but God, $600, girl. When you said, I'm paying $600 at least instead of when you said $750, I was like, ma'am, that ain't really that much. That ain't that big of a difference. It is, but it isn't at the same time. But for that little bitty ass room that you sleeping in, with that little bitty ass bed, yeah, Courtney, you got, and I don't feel bad for you. So Will called Courtney up, right? And Will is telling Courtney that he went to go see talk to an attorney about a divorce. Courtney is upset at him, talking about the ring you gave me, it wasn't real. I was like, okay, you're right, the ring wasn't real, but you're upset because this man went to look for a divorce? Ma'am, you're a liar. You're a liability. I would not want to be attached to you. So I don't blame Will for saying, let's cut it. But Courtney feels a way about it. And the crazy thing is that Courtney has managed to make herself the victim in this situation, which granted, neither one of them are victims because, Will, you were stupid enough to marry this dumb broad fresh out of prison. And I don't know what you were expecting from that, but whatever. But neither one of y'all are innocent parties. I'm the innocent party because I have to put up with y'all's bullshit on this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the innocent party, not y'all. Oh, there is something in my nose, isn't it? Oh no, it's skin. Like, I'm the innocent party looking at both of y'all motherfuckers. But whatever. So then when she brought up the ring, he said the ring isn't fake. He said he bought it online. So if it wasn't real, that he got a good insurance claim. Will, stop faking the funk. You knew that ring wasn't real. Because if it were real, you would have, and you still say you spent $10,000. You were $10,000 goddamn lie. You did not spend $10,000 for that fucking ring. You may have spent $10 for that ring. You may have spent $100 for that ring, but $10,000 you ain't spent. Stop telling yourself that lie, and it may, and I think maybe he feels like if he continues to tell himself that lie, that he'll believe it and it'll be real. Will go to hell. Moving on to the next couple, you guys. Let's go to, oh God, I do not want to go here, but let's go here. Oh Jesus, Zamunda and Troy. Technically, we ain't got no Zamunda in this episode. A small part of her. We'll touch on her in a little bit. So Troy is still with his sister Jackie, and oh my God, I feel so bad watching this scene because it sounded like myself. Minus the fact that he said my friends ain't deceased or in jail. I don't have that problem back home. But there was once upon a time a point where I uttered those same exact words that Troy uttered. And I still kind of feel that way sometimes when it comes to going home. It's like there's nothing here for me because my mom is gone. But I also have to say to myself, although my mom is gone, I do still have family in my hometown. I have my mom's baby sister lives there. My mom's 3 younger siblings live there. My uncle, my 2 uncles, and my aunt. Then I have some other aunts and uncles that do still live there, right? So I've sounded like Troy quite a bit when it comes to my mom, but I know when I say those, I know when it gets to those points where I'm saying there's nothing here for me. I know that I know that I done sunk into a depressive state, and I don't want to go home because of that. And I just really felt bad for Troy, and I pray for Troy, and I hope that Troy gets some help and talks to somebody, because it's very obvious that Troy hasn't really grieved the loss of his father, and that's so sad. And when he was in his interview, you could look at Troy's eyes. Troy's eyes were welling up. They were red and they were glossy. I said Troy is fighting back tears, but I want Troy to be like, Troy, it's okay to cry. Like, I wanted Troy to just let it out. Then he was talking about the fact that he hasn't gone to go get his father's ashes. I was like, yeah, that's the grief. He hasn't really dealt with it. Then Jackie suggests to Troy that, he go talk to Yana. Now, 2 things. I will agree with both Troy and Yana. Not Troy and Yana, Troy and Jackie. I mostly agree with Jackie, but I do get where Troy's coming from, and I'll speak on that in a few minutes. So Jackie wants for Troy to go have a conversation with Yana about baby Troy, right? And I agree that Troy needs to have a conversation with her about his daughter. Especially since, Zachariah is not with him. I think that would be a good time for him to have a conversation with her. I think she would be more open and receptive to it without that crazy dingbat beside you. But at the same time, you can see Troy is in a constant state of grieving, especially at this point, right? He's grieving his brother, his father. So I don't think that this was 100% a perfect time for him to sit down and have a conversation with Yana. Because who knows but Yana does come out very level. From what we saw of Yana, she does come out very level-headed. And I think she would be able to have a conversation with Troy without his wife beside him. But I get where he was coming from in that regard, that he's still emotional about this, right? At the same time, like I said, I do think this was the perfect time to have that conversation with Yana. Because again, I'm about to have to agree with what his wife said, because he called her. She was like, Troy, I think you need to have a conversation with Yana. So that way she wants him to have the conversation because she don't want to be blamed on her. I was like, but then she also said something. I was like, you don't know. She said, you don't know when you're going to go back to Buffalo. Is that where they are? Yeah. And I was like, oh God. I was like, I have to agree with this wretched heifer. I really had to agree with her, but she's right. Like, I do believe that Troy needs to have the conversation with Yana. I absolutely do. Because the problem is your wife. Now, the fact that Troy says Yana should be able to say, you take her, Troy, for 2 weeks. Take her where? With that crazy, that thing that you call a wife? That selfish thing that you, I wish the fuck I would. Troy, hell no. And you lost me at that point. We said that you lost me at that particular moment. Bullshit. Yana, don't ever let that woman around your child. Give a fuck who she married to. The fuck? Hell to the no. No sir, no ma'am, no ham, no Pam. So let's move on to the next couple. You guys, the next couple. It's the level of stupidity with all three of these people, and more specifically with the women. It's a level of stupidity with them. And I'm talking about Joella, Kiana, and Demadric. When I tell you guys it's a level of stupidity with these three, I don't know who is higher on the level of stupidity. You know what? It's Joella. Now, Kiana is talking to her boss about what happened with she and Joella, the fact that Joella filed a police report against her for vandalizing her vehicle. Do I believe Kiana did it? There is a distinct possibility that Kiana did this. Unless Joella has enemies with somebody else in that home, in Lubbock. Lubbock is small too, number one. But if Kiana has, unless Joella got enemy with somebody else in Lubbock, then possibly. I mean, we do remember that Demadric does have a few, two other BMs. Y'all know I don't like the word baby mama, but BMs, right? So we know that. We know that. Do I think Joella did it to her own car? If she did, she's a dumbass bird. She's a dumb bird if she did it to her own self, and I don't think she did. I think the probability of Kiana doing it is very high, even though Kiana says she didn't do it. So Kiana says that she's looking for a lawyer. So Demadric came back to tell her what his conversation was with Joella, that she spent $600 for them tires. And Kiana was like, she didn't spend $600 for them ugly tires. I was like, now here's the thing. If she actually went to a real, tire shop, like a discount tire, or she went to Walmart or anywhere like that, girl, it is extremely possible that she spent $600, especially if she got two tires. Now that place that she went to, I beg to differ that she spent $600 for them tires. But hey, that man said $600. I beg to differ. No, that was one of them. That was one of them used tire shops, and I'm pretty positive she bought all used tires. Them hoes and come out to no be no $600 unless she had other work done to her car. But neither here nor there. Hey, whatever. So Demadric is telling Kiana that he wants to give her the money back, and she was like, "For what?" She's like, "I didn't do it. Did you do it?" He was like, "No, I didn't do it, but it's just for her to, kind of like let it go." I mean, I actually have to agree with Kiana. If I didn't do it, you didn't do it, then what you giving her the money for? Like that I agree with. If we didn't do it, then what are we reimbursing her for? Because he's like, well, it's just us. It's just reimbursement. Okay, reimbursement for what? Again, if you didn't do it, and I know I didn't do it, then what are you reimbursing that girl for? Like, I agree with Kiana in that particular moment, right? So then we get to the date of the baby's birthday, right? The party, right? So Kiana has made some cupcakes for that baby. It's a nice gesture. If I was Joella, I probably wouldn't take them. I'd be like, thank you, but no thank you. She don't like me. I don't like her. So Kiana also doesn't want her kids to go. And I was like, okay, why are the kids suffering in this particular ordeal? Like, that makes no sense to me. The kids are innocent. But okay, y'all do whatever y'all dumbass bird brain asses want to do. It's stupid on both parts. It's stupid on Joella's part, and it's stupid on Kiana's part. Like, y'all are both being ridiculously stupid. And all this, and the reason why y'all are being so ridiculously stupid is because a man that has been playing behind both of y'all. Like Kiana, he has sex with he's had sex with Joella. He ain't gave too much of a fuck about y'all's relationship to not sleep with her. But then you take him back. Joella, you're dumb as well too. You know full well this man is in a relationship with that girl, but yet instead you still want to play second fiddle to this man. Like, both of y'all are stupid. Y'all are upset with each other, but y'all really need to be upset with Demontric for playing both of y'all against each other. The fuck? So Kiana drops Demontric off. Now he forgot the cupcake, so she turned back around to give him the cupcakes. And Joella says that she wants to go outside to get her jacket because it's cold. I said, okay, girl, you want to go out there so you can confront Kiana? Like, you and Kiana have an issue with each other because, again, this man has played both of y'all. Y'all should team up with y'all should gang up and team up with each other and be like, girl, he was fucking you when we got back together, when he got out of prison. Girl, yeah, he was fucking with me. He was telling me like, girl, it ain't nothing with her. Like, y'all should team up, band up together and go against him and not each other. But again, y'all are two birds sharing the same dumbass brain, but whatever. So Demontric gave now honestly, Joella, besides that raggedy ass, ugly ass, dusty ass wig, girl, you're pathetic. But you know what? I'm saying you pathetic, but Kiana's pathetic as like, y'all are both pathetic when it comes to Demontric. Like, what the fuck? He ain't even you know what? Never mind. Moving on, wrapping up the episode, you guys, with the dumbest of the dumb. Oh my God, today. The worst of the worst. Brooke and JK. More specifically, Brooke. Brooke, you look about dumb and foolish as hell. So Brooke takes it upon her stupid ass to want to go and meet up with Alex. So Brooke meets up with Alex, right? And when she meets Alex, she's talking shit to Alex. Like, girl, were you prepared to meet me? Girl, what? Prepared to meet you? Like, why would he leave this for that? I was like, so why are you attacking her looks? Like, so to make yourself feel better, you got to talk shit about how Alex looks. If that makes you feel better, Brooke, cool. But it really shouldn't make you feel better, because you can say, why would you leave this for that? Well, girl, obviously he did. Obviously he was fucking that fat ass thing, because you keep wanting to call her fat ass. Brooke, you're not a size 2, baby. So you keep calling her fat ass, but obviously it was something about that fat ass girl that he enjoyed more than you. But okay, you want to keep calling her fat ass. So she keeps talking shit she literally keeps talking shit to Alex. I was like, again, why do you keep talking shit about Alex? Why are you talking about her looks? Like, again, does that make you feel good about yourself? Because it really should make you feel like shit. If you want to, because if I go up and see, like, oh, you fucking this fat ass bitch, you fucking this ugly ass bitch, you fucking this thin ass, you fucking this over, and like, you should feel a way, like, you're trying to put her down to make yourself feel better, but you really shouldn't feel better about yourself, because again, at the end of it, the conversation, your man was still sleeping with that girl. I don't give a fuck how she looks. She can look like the bottom of a trash can, but he was still sliding his penis inside of her. Like, Brooke, shut the fuck up. So Alex got up from the table to walk away from Brooke, right? and Brooke is still, once again, talking about how fat, how ugly she is. Again, she ain't that ugly, she ain't that fat, because your man was fucking her, so shut up. So Brooke is talking with her hands. Now, I thought it was hilarious that when Brooke said, where's she from? If you talk shit, you get hit. I was like, okay, whatever, Brooke. Whatever. Whatever. So Alex is telling Brooke, like, get your hands out my face. So Brooke is walking backwards and Alex is walking forward, So Brooke just whop and slaps the shit out of Alex. I said, oh, okay. So that scene ended, and bitch, we came back and whop, whop, whop. Alex was beating the shit out of fucking Brooke. Alex beat Brooke's ass. Even some of her hair flew out. I said, oh no, now she pulled some of your real hair. And that ass whooping didn't phase Brooke because Brooke was still talking shit to her. I was like, Brooke, ma'am, you got beat up. And then the thing that threw me for a loop was when Brooke was talking about that bitch was scary. Scary ass bitch. I said, say what now? Put a scratch and eat her. Girl said, what now? Scary ass what? No, there is no way you call this woman a scary ass bitch when she just literally slapped the fuck out of you and whooped your ass. So the producers asked her, are you fucking now they literally asked her, are you fucking JK? I was like, wow. Even if I was, I wouldn't tell you, like. But she says no, she's not fucking him. So they said, were you? She said yes. They said, were you pregnant by him? She said yes. They said, you have a miscarriage? She said yes. She said, I would have told her, but the way she came at me was all wrong. I said, Alex, I agree with you. So Brooke calls up JK. Why the fuck is JK saving her phone as hubby? With, I think it was either this emoji or this emoji with a blue heart. I said, girl, you stupid. So she called him and, girl, you ain't getting shit from him because that man is on something. Literally was on something. Because his words were slurred. I don't know if he was on he was on something. But that's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This actually lifted my mood so much because before I came on this channel, before I came on to do this video, I was in a bad mood. And I'll tell you guys why. So, I ordered me something earlier to eat, right? I ordered something from Burger King and I ordered something from McDonald's. Now, what I ordered from McDonald's was just a fry and a drink. And I put my address to have it delivered to my apartment, right? And so I get a notification, Ronald has delivered your food. I was like, where is it? Because he took a picture of it and it was outside of a gate. I was like, what gate is that? Like, that is not my gate. Mind you, I put my street number, my apartment number, my gate code. So there's no way you could miss where I live, right? So I get a picture. I'm like, again, that's not my, I don't know what gate that is because that's not my apartment complex gate. And I was like, I don't know where that shit is. So I went down the street and when it comes to my apartment, it's easy to find my apartment because the number is right on our building. So it's easy to find it. Very easy. And the map will bring you right in front of my apartment complex, right? So I walked out, couldn't find it. I was like, okay, fuck it. So I reached out to DoorDash and said, hey, I ain't getting my food. So they gave me a full refund, including the tip, because I was like, I don't have my food, so what's the purpose? So I went for a walk, and I looked at that picture again. I was like, wait a minute. No. I was like, because I was thinking, I was like, maybe he went to the apartment complex behind me. I was like, my map wouldn't take you there. So I finally calmed myself down, and I was walking back home because I went to the gas station. I walked to a gas station that's over here. I was like, wait a minute. Because I looked down, I was like, oh my God. That gate, that's that. So I walked. I found my food a whole hour later. It was at the apartment complex behind me. And the apartment complex behind me, the address is nothing close to my address. It's not the same street name. It's not even the same apartment. It's not even the same building number. My building number is 4925. This building number is 40. 4860 or 4960, something like that, and it's a whole different street name. The street name is Goodman. I was like, Goodman and my street name are not even in the same ballpark, but whatever. But doing this video made me feel better. So again, you guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.